What if the world is not looking for more experts, but the world is actually looking for more people that they can actually trust to follow? Welcome to From the Hidden Expert to the Visible Leader, aka the original series. Today, I want to talk to you about leadership and my definition of leadership, and that you are a leader. You are a leader. I know that about you. All right. So let's dive into what leadership is. And the first definition for me is that you are a leader of your own life. Or you can also say you are the creator of your own life. You have already decided, I don't know when it was, but you have decided that you are going to sit in the driver's seat of your life. Actually, what I know about you is that you have probably always been in the driver's seat of your life. Because I always say that the people that resonate with me are people just like me, right? And I know that about myself. I have decided who I want to be and which way I am going to go since I was very little. I have been the first in my family who graduated from university. I decided which industry I was going to go in. I decided that I was going to leave corporate. I decided that I am going to forge a different path. And I know that that's probably true for you too. So, this already makes you a leader of your own life, the creator of your own destiny, right? The creator of your own life. And we can use words like you have agency and you are seeking self-actualization. You decide, right? Especially for women, I always say that I don't need a leader. I am the leader of my own life. The only thing that leads me is divine inspiration. Okay. So I want to start by getting a few things clear in terms of my definition of leadership. Okay. When you are a leader of your own life, you also need to have a vision. And this is what I always start with. In my coaching programs, everything starts with being a visionary leader, right? And a visionary leader, vision, okay? You have a vision for your whole life. And I believe, especially women, this is what we do. We have a vision for our whole life, and it starts with health. That is the whole vision. Yeah. That is your life's vision. And everything in that vision is interconnected, right? Everything about my work is holistic. It's about holistic leadership, it's about holistic personal transformation. And the focus here is career. This series is all about career, and I will be speaking about career more and more because that is the sign of the times. Like, I know that's my prediction that more and more people are going to leave corporate. More and more women, more and more highly educated women, and especially more and more women of the global majority. So, me and you, okay? I have already left the ship a long time ago, so I can give you a few things here and there that has led me to where I am now. All right. So, and the first thing in leadership is that you have to have a vision, holistic vision of your life. And I always say it's important to start with the big picture and then to break it down into the little things, right? We have to have a big vision. If you imagine, okay, this is how my life is supposed to look like, it is a holistic thing, right? Like, you want to feel a certain way in your body, right? That's so important. That's the foundation. For me, it is the foundation because if you don't feel good and healthy in your body, everything else can't really be realized. We know that it's all about energy and vitality. Yeah. All right. So it starts with health. Then it is about career. Like, we invest our health into our career. And for me, career is all about your talents. So this is what we are going to talk about now. All right. So let's kind of cut this out, right? We are going to cut this out, this part of the whole vision. Career. So this is what we are talking about now. I am helping you to transition from the invisible expert, invisible to the world. Yeah, we're speaking about world level, global level. We're speaking about you diversifying your buyers, your employers, your clients, and that is what is happening on social media, but more about that later. Okay, so your career, now transitioning out of corporate or wherever you are right now, just working for one employer and just giving your expertise to this one buyer who is your employer is not enough. We need to diversify. So it's important to take that out. You already have a career, you already have expertise, you already have experiences. So the goal here is that you use, right? You use your talents. You use your talents. And for me, the way you can solidify, if that helps you, and I believe it does, your talents is also your soul's print. I always like to call it the soul's print, like your blueprint, right? Which I think we can find in human design, in the gene keys, and in your astrology. These are the things that I definitely use to validate my personal experience. I am 37 now, so I already have life experience under my belt. And it's not only like drawing from these things and being like, okay, that's who I am, but no, I can see in my soul print, I can definitely see that is truly who I am. And it gives me direction and it gives me also boundaries, right? Because I am not only multicultural, but I'm also multi-talented, multifaceted, right? Multi-skilled. Like I could do so many things, but I find it in my soul print, in my gene keys, human design, astrology chart. I find the direction I am supposed to go into. So if you want to work with me, this is definitely the foundation that we are going to look at in order to create your whole leadership strategy. Okay, good. Because the whole goal here with the vision of life is freedom and also a level of soul freedom, right? Freedom is for me also self actualization, right? You want to self actualize and you want to be sovereign, right? Especially as a woman, sovereign. I don't know if that's right, but yes, so that is my goal. And if that's your goal too, you're at the right place here, right? So you want to be free, not only financially, but you also want to be free in your body, right? The vitality. You want to be you in your relationships. You want to be with the right people, and you want to be in a career where you can fully express who you truly are with your talents, right? With your talents. And the next thing here is not only talents, but truly from your personal stories, personal stories, personal stories, expertise, and experience. All of that becomes the raw material of your leadership, of your career, right? Of your personal brand. Okay, good. So the next thing here truly is about you drawing from that and then creating a solution for others, right? See, again, before I go into the solution for others, you have to see, that's how I see it. I see the career as your engine. I don't know. That's a sign of movement, right? Your career is your engine to fuel especially your wealth, right? Your wealth, your finances, but also your relationship and also your health, because I believe the career is rooted in your soul. Okay. Your soul is the engine. This is what you're here to do. And therefore, you are using your talents, your personal stories, your expertise, your experience to create, to bring something into the world, and then to create not only knowledge, right, but a transformation for others. You create a solution for others, something that you have already solved for yourself, something that you have already overcome for yourself, right? Whether it is you have solved a technical problem, you have solved a social media problem, you have solved a health problem, right? You know how to get people from A to B. You have solved maybe helping people get out of mental fog or low self-esteem or a true technical thing, right? Like, I don't know, there's nothing that comes to mind right now, but you understand what I mean. You help people beautify their home. You help people to look better. You help people to feel better. You help people to organize their mind or their home or their finances, right? All of these things are transformations. You take people from chaos to order. That's what I like to say. That is a transformation. From chaos, people are drowning in something, and then you create a structure so you can help people transform into a better situation. Yeah. So my personal transformation is very holistic. I could offer everything, and I do. I have higher programs that help you transform all of it because I'm a transformational life coach. So I could help you transform your health, your relationships, your career, and your wealth. Currently, I'm focusing on career because I have identified that as the main thing, right? Because it fuels everything else. As I said, we are still living in capitalism and people need to pay their bills. And I think it's just the beginning of true liberation when you know that your personal talents, personal stories, experience, expertise take you somewhere else and takes other people somewhere else. So my personal transformation that I offer is from the invisible expert to the original, right? To a visible expert that is seen by the world. And the tool for that is social media, and especially the two platforms that I recommend that I use are mainly LinkedIn, because you are a professional, and YouTube, because it gives you the space with long form content to actually showcase your expertise and give value, right? Not only the little sound bites, but let's focus on establishing a foundation first, right? So, and especially, and listen in if that resonates with you, right? Especially what I help people with is number one, get out of this mindset and of I think it's an avoidance strategy to continue to only learn, only consume, only learn, to actually becoming a heart centered, soul led, authentic leader, right? A faith based action taker, right? You need to become that. And one thing that I can say here, also always pulling from my own example, because I have been there, right? I knew that I had this big vision. And because this vision was so big, I have been a transformational life coach for 10 years now. And before that, I studied international business. And before that, I became a holistic health coach. Okay. So I really am this life coach. There could always be another avenue for me to learn more and never step into visibility. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So you are invisible because you are not allowing yourself to finally transition from invisible to seen, right? You're seen. See yourself as a leader and now step on the scene as a leader. Okay? Very important to stop learning and hide in learning and come into visibility and grow. Grow into your expertise one video at a time, one post at a time. Start but step on the scene as the expert that you already are. Number two, yeah, the fear of actually calling yourself a leader, the fear of actually stepping onto the scene as a leader. You are a leader, you are an expert. You are no longer like this little tiny person that starts new somewhere else. No, you are bringing all of those things, you are already bringing that into this new career, into this new visibility, into this new a version of yourself that is now visible on social media, on YouTube and on LinkedIn and whatever platform you choose, right? And maybe even in the world, right? You go out into the world, into networking spaces, being this leader, right? You're afraid to claim your spot. So that's what I help you with, to transition into this new identity. Another thing is the fear, the underlying fear is the fear of abandonment, the fear of not being accepted, maybe as the leader, or the fear of scrutiny, or the fear of whatever people do to leaders, right? Because you will get criticized, you will get attacked. That will happen. We want to step out of that fear because you know, again, that you have a bigger vision and also mission, and that you have something important to contribute. Okay, so that is the transition that I help people do. Like, that is the transformation that I help people do at this point right now. I'd really create a career transition from invisible expert to the original, like a highly sought after leader, by building your own personal brand on social media. Okay, good. And the next thing that you have to do is to create systems and structure, because there's this whole saying about get paid to be you. Yes. But the reason why you get paid is not just because you're you, but because you have created a system and a structure where you help other people transform what you have already accomplished, right? Or what you know about, right? What you have mastered and conquered for yourself. So it is about you creating the space, creating the network, creating the membership or the course or the book. You create systems and structures that help people get from A to B, right? Your products are a bridge from A to B. You help them get clear, you help them see the old patterns, you help them create new structures, and you help them implement the new structures to get to the results, okay? So it's very important to create systems and structures that get people from A to B, right? As I said, like setting up a membership that hosts all of your knowledge in a systematized form, not just random, but really a process. Yeah. Or you create frameworks. You create frameworks how you see the world and how you can simplify how other people can also see the things, and then learn how to apply that system, that framework onto their own situation. That's a framework already, right? Just bringing like this big concept of having a vision for your life into these four quadrants is already a framework, right? You have life, you have health, you have relationships, you have career, you have wealth. We're focusing on career, single it out, right? Career, break it down. Talents, right? For me, it's based on a soul level, right? Everything that we just did, that is already a little bit of a framework. Okay, so if you have knowledge about things, put them into frameworks so you can teach people, you can guide people how to get from A to B. Okay, and then the last thing is that you invite people to pay you for your service. That's a big one for women, or for, I don't know, I think for a lot of people, the whole idea of sales, right? Sales, promoting yourself, marketing, but really the situation or the moment of transaction. But it is important that you, of course, that you acknowledge that you are not a beginner. Like, you are probably also in your 30s and beyond, and you have gained all of that, right? And now the next thing, if you decide to work with me inside the original method, I help you to structure the things, right? To really structure, create your own frameworks, really see the world that we live in, get this great understanding of also capitalism, right? And also this new way of stepping into your personal power on this global marketplace. That's what I help you with. And then at the end of the day, it's about you inviting people into your world because it is valuable what you have created, right? People come into your world by paying you. I also like to paint these pictures. It's like you invite people into your world and people pay you at the entrance, right? They pay you at the entrance to come in so they can learn from you, so they can create what it is that they see that you have created. The clarity, right? The structures, the systems, whatever it is that you offer. Okay? These are examples. And it's important that people pay you, okay? So you can keep it going, right? You can't keep it going, you can't keep it rolling. And again, here, another way of seeing things, it's this energy exchange, right? You give the solution, they give you value, value for value. You give the solution, they give you money, right? You keep going with the money, they level up their life through your value. Very important. So, or another picture, I know it's a lot, but another picture is that you are a guide, right? Imagine that you have already gotten to the pinnacle of the mountain. You have been there. That is your B, from A to B, right? Like you have gotten to the pinnacle of the mountain already. You have gained clarity, perspective. You know how to get there. Now you go back down to the bottom, to the valley of the mountain, and there are other people who want to get to the top. So you take money from them. That's how it goes with a guide, right? You take money so you can bring them up to the mountaintop, right? So I think when we see those pictures like that, it can be quite easy. It costs, of course, it's energy that you expended, so they will have to pay you. So that's already it for today, right? The first thing we spoke about is that you are a leader, right? If you are a leader, you have a vision. That means you have a vision for yourself. You have a vision for your life, right? And a vision for your life is a holistic vision. Like your soul inside your body, right? So you take care of your health. Then your soul, you have gifts and talents and experiences and expertise, right? And this is what you transform into your business, into your career. If it's a knowledge based career, if it's a service providing career, a consultation, a coaching, a business, right? With your knowledge, because I'm speaking to experts who have already attained some knowledge, right? That's what you have as a vision, as a fuel, as the motor to fuel other things. Relationships, right? What kind of relationships do you want to have based on the values that you have? That's another topic for another day. I will go deeper into that. But your values, what is important for you, that is the foundation of the relationships that you want to have. And that doesn't only go for your personal relationships in terms of maybe romantic relationship or friendship or family or community, but also your clients, right? Your clients and the relationship you want to have with the social media platform and how you show up, right? All of that is a relationship to society, to the greater world around us, to nature, right? To the elements, right? That is all for me part of relationship. How do we relate to people, places, things, animals, nature, everything around us? And how you create wealth, right? Time and money freedom is another way how I say it. Time and money freedom is wealth, right? You want to have the time to do the things that you love to do, and you want to have the money to do the things that you want to do. And we generate it here with a career, right? So you're a leader. That is the identity shift number one. You're a leader of your own life. And then you have all of the transformation or the expertise that now builds a bridge, right, from A to B, and you guide other people to be with your system of transformation. And in order to take people from A to B, they give you the money. That is a reciprocal transaction, which is natural, that is true business based on value for value. You give them the transformation, they give you the money. All right, that's it for now. If you have questions, please put them in the comments down below. I need your questions so I know what to teach next. This is going to be the leadership series. I'm going to speak about more about leadership because I think it's very important for especially women to already know that you are a leader. And but let me know what else you want me to cover. As I said, I have so much wisdom or so much knowledge in all of these areas, and I could speak about all areas for hours, but I really want to know what is important to you. So let me know in the comments down below. And if you're really serious about transforming your life, transforming your career, how to make money from your story, your expertise, your gifts, your talents, get into my membership. And if you get into my membership, please write me. I will see, I will check, I will write you as well. But I always want to know where you are, where you stand, so I can give you a personal recommendation on my offers, and also see if you are fit to work with me very close, very hands on, so I can support you to get to the next level as fast as possible, because you bring everything that we need in order to establish that for you. All right, so with that being said, I want you to remember that you are a force of nature, and I want to see you act like it. And part of acting like it is to stop consuming content all the time and actually make a decision, make an investment if you must, and step into the next level leader that you truly are. All right? All right. See you in the next one. Bye.